करवाया। इन्हीं बीते पलों और मीठी यादों को एक खूबसूरत अंदाज में सहेज कर बैठा है मैत्रेयी कॉलेज का ये आकर्षक परिसर।
Thank you, Mehak. The Department of Computer Science, Maitreyi College, has been constantly organizing events for the benefit of the students. Several webinars, workshops, training programs have always been organized regularly. And also, the department has a very active student society, which is called the Illustrado Society. The Illustrado is organizing again many competitions at different levels, constantly and engaging students in very positive manner. In this series, the Department of Computer Science launched the Cybersecurity League program with the purpose of spreading awareness about cyber crime and cybersecurity. We got overwhelming response with registrations from various colleges and universities. Even several school students have also joined us. This is a 30-hour certificate course, and we begin our journey from 3rd October. We are delighted to have many speakers who spoke on different aspects related to cybersecurity. Mr. Arun Soni, a certified ethical hacker and international writer of many books on cybercrime, introduced us to different cyber threats and cybersecurity. He took another session on ethical hacking. Colonel Kapila gave us an insight on the topic cybersecurity world and the human dimension. Colonel Kapila has also shown his willingness to offer internship to the students. In fact, Sir has also joined our valedictory session. Thank you so much, Sir, for joining us. Mr. Pratham Sharma, who is a cybersecurity expert, enlightened the participants about cryptography. Mr. Mandar Giri conducted a very useful session on IT laws. A student mentor session was held to have an interaction with the fresh graduates who have recently completed their degrees and entered the cybersecurity world in different capacities. Mr. Parsh Bhavsar and Mr. Anshuman told the participants about their journey and everything about the certification, courses, etc. It was a very interesting session indeed. Finally, to know the view of the participants, the informal session was conducted by the program heads, Ms. Ashna Sharma and Ms. Sakshi, yesterday to unwind and interact with each other. Learning is an investment for life. And I think all the participants who have enrolled in this program strictly believe in this. I really appreciate the dedication and the hard work all the participants have put in. To join this course, besides the regular studies and classes and other commitments going on, I'm sure this course would have benefited all of you in some or the other way. But every good thing has to come to an end. So this course is coming to a culmination today where we are all collected for an valedictory session. So to seek the blessings of our seniors, now I invite Dr. Manju Bhardwaj, NAC coordinator, to formally begin the valedictory session and say a few words. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible, Veena.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Veena and Dr. Jyotsna, to give me a chance to interact with the participants today. All of you have been through this program, and there are many things that have been covered as per Dr. Veena's presentation just now. So I think all of you must have benefited. So formally, I welcome all you to Maitreyi College virtually for attending this course. A very warm welcome to all of you, and also a very warm welcome to Dr. Chaturvedi, who is the speaker for today. And I am delighted to see that he is an IPS. I was very happy to see he's a PhD in economics, and also he has been into teaching. So he is one of us because he is a faculty member of university in Lucknow, and So he will be knowing how to interact with the students very well. Okay. So I think it's going to be a very nice session, because crime is not just happening around us physically, but crime is being held virtually in the form of cybersecurity. So I welcome Dr. Chaturvedi also to our college virtually. This is a virtual session. We would love to have you in our college also to have more such sessions, because cybersecurity is something that everybody needs to be aware about. So this course, all of you who have joined this course have gained exposure to what cybersecurity is. It's not always that you have to go deep into everything to understand everything. We can't understand everything, but at least in today's world, when Internet of Things has made everything, has put up all the devices, all our domestic devices also on internet, like you can turn on an AC while you are sitting somewhere else. You can switch off the lights of your house, of your home while you are away. This is all being possible through IoT. You can view who's entering and leaving your house by the cameras, the CCTV footage that has been placed on an IP address. Then you can view it and you can monitor. You can monitor distant locations. But this monitoring comes at a cost. We all know that. We are placing our secure information, we are connecting that on internet, we are placing that for the hackers to break it up. And now how to understand cybersecurity, we need to get exposure to how this security is violated and what are the points which we should take care of. I think I was muted by mistake. So we have to keep ourselves aware about what cybersecurity is all about, how we can ensure that we are working in a cyber secure environment. Now, cybersecurity is, as I said, not just about going deep into cybersecurity, but it is something about awareness. We have all seen this. We need to be aware about what is going on around us when we are working on internet, what things seem to be strange or what behavior appears to be strange. So we have to be very careful about it. So I think all of you have got exposure to this information through this workshop. So it's the beginning of a learning experience, and I hope you're going to remember this as your starting experience and build up on that in the near future. Cybersecurity can be taken up as a profession also. Lots of job vacancies are open up now. So I think all of you are going to benefit in this valedictory session. Again, I'll say this, that welcome. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I hope you are going to remember Maitreyi for laying foundations of cybersecurity for you. I think we can go ahead with the talk now, Veena.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sparing your time and joining us, and for your encouraging words. Our keynote speaker, Dr. Arvind Chaturvedi, is with us. I welcome you, sir, to Maitreyi College, and I request Dr. Shweta Sankhwar to introduce Dr. Arvind Chaturvedi. Over to you, Dr. Shweta.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we have eminent speaker between us, Dr. Arvind Chaturvedi, currently working as SP Vigilance at Lucknow. He is a police officer over 24 years of experience in various wings of UP Police. He has served for long 15 years in UP STF, a premier organization. He was Superintendent of Police in Jalan, Ghazipur, Barabanki, and Sultanpur district. He is a recipient of UP DGP's Silver, Gold, Platinum Commendation Disc. Dr. Chaturvedi was awarded with Police Medal for Gallantry by President of India in 2010 and also First Bar to Gallantry in 2020. He is also a recipient of award a Salute to Extraordinary by Times of India in 2010. He has served in UN mission in Kosovo in 2004 to 2005. In the mission, he was trained on maintenance and management of mobile switches at Alcatel University, France. He has done Training of Trainers program by London University at Lapsana, Missouri in 2009. Dr. Chaturvedi is a national level resource person on electronic surveillance, cybercrime, wildlife crime for National Police Academy, Hyderabad, Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, NACEM, Mumbai Law School, CBI Academy, JTRI Lucknow, Pragya Income Tax National Academy, RPF National Academy, telecommunication companies, academic institutes, and many central and state police academies. Sir is passionate about community policing and also demonstrated on ground unique social initiatives, marginalized sections of the society, pulling them out of generation of criminal activity to respectable sustainable vocation under Mission Kayakalp program. Sir is PhD in economics and has taught economics at RML Awadh University briefly before joining the police service. This was the brief introduction of Dr. Arvind Chaturvedi. I'm requesting him to address here. So please, over to you.
Good afternoon. Shweta, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me to share my experience with the august gathering of the subject experts, learned teachers, and motivated students. I have been informed that Maitreyi College has organized the online certificate course in cybersecurity from 3rd of October to 30th of October. It is an emerging field, and I wish more young generation opt it as their career. Internet is among the most important and amazing inventions after Industrial Revolution. It has changed the way we used to talk, play games, work, shop, make friends, listen music, see movies, order food, pay bills, greet our friends on their birthday or anniversary. You name it, and we have an app in place for that. It has facilitated our life by making it comfortable. Gone are the days when we have to stand in long queues to pay our electricity or telephone bills. Now you can pay your bills by a click of button, whether you are at home, you are in office, or while you are traveling. The technology has reached to an extent that we don't even need to have a computer to use internet. Now smartphones, they provide you the connectivity and you can do everything with your smartphones. And it is like having your office, home, or traveling 24/7, you are connected to internet. So internet is now a part of our life. Very seldom we think of how this internet was developed, how it came into existence. So I'll very briefly touch upon the history of internet very briefly, so that there is a sequence that we are going to talk about the cyber security. I don't know what the Cold War between USA and Russia gave to the world, but definitely the internet is one of those very useful inventions, those whose foundation was laid during the Cold War. Russia launched the world's first satellite, Sputnik, in the space on 4th October 1957. And this was clearly the victory of Russia over the cyberspace. And as a counter step, Department of Defense, United States declared the launch of ARPANET, that is Advanced Research Project Agency Network, in the early 1960s. This network was designed to keep the computers connected to communicate with each other, even if any of the node fails to respond due to bomb attack, because there was a fear of Cold War. The major task before ARPANET was to develop the protocols for internetworking in which multiple separate networks could be joined into a network of networks, and it resulted into the development of internet. Initially, the role of internet was limited only for the file transfer, but the credit of the internet, what we see today, goes to Tim Berners-Lee, who introduced World Wide Web. This web of information could be used to retrieve any information available on internet. And the software called browser was developed to browse internet. And even with the exponential growth of social media, still browsing over internet is still a very, very popular activity. With the growth of internet and the World Wide Web, another challenge was to make discipline in the use of internet. To resolve it, a centralized authority known as Internet Assigned Number Authority, INA, was entrusted with the responsibility of assigning a unique number known as Internet Protocol. And with the looking at the size of our globe, they had divided the globe into 5 parts, and they called it the regional registries, 5 regional internet registries, 5 RIRs, to cover all the every quarter of the globe. We all know that we are part of EPNIC, that is Asia Pacific Network Information Center, and similarly other parts like North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Central Asia, they all are covered by different regional registries. And there is another body by name Number Resource Organization, which coordinates between these 5 RIRs. With this background, the internet with certain discipline is used by everyone in the world. Gradually, people thought about the security of the network, because cyber security is the most growing global concern as cyber threats and attacks are growing exponentially. There may be many reasons for the cyber attacks, but it is a fact that the globe, every country, every organization, every individual is concerned about the cyber security. So attackers are using more and more sophisticated techniques to target their prospective victims, that they may be individuals, they may be institutions, they may be organizations, they may be governments, but they are using sophisticated techniques. So individual, small scale businesses to large organizations are being badly impacted. Therefore, all stakeholders, whether IT or non-IT firms, have understood the importance of cybersecurity and focusing on adopting all possible measures to deal with cyber threats. So, if I talk about cybersecurity, I'll begin with a very simple definition to a little detailed one. Cybersecurity is the protection of internet-connected systems, including hardware, software, and data. So that is the most simple definition of cybersecurity. But if we go into little detail, we may read like this. The term cybersecurity refers to techniques and practices designed to protect digital data, because we are finally dealing with digital data and data that is stored, transmitted, and used on an information system. Further, if we expand the definition of or scope of cybersecurity, I can say that cybersecurity is the body of technologies, processes, and practices designed to protect network, computers, computer programs, data from attack, damage, or unauthorized access. So there are basically 3 possibilities of any mishandling or creeping into the bona fide data platform network computer. And there are also three things that need to be used for cybersecurity. They are technologies, processes, and practices. Now, if we see that cybersecurity is made up of two words, cyber and security. So what is cyber and what is security in this perspective? So cyber is related to technology which contains systems, network, and data. There are three sets which you can say that it is part of cyber. And when we talk about security, we mean to say that it is a protection which includes system security, network security, and application security. So there are three levels where we need security, and there are three processes through which we can obtain security. If we go by the standards of cyber security, there are three fundamentals primarily. They are the confidentiality, integrity, and availability through which we ensure cyber security. Confidentiality is about preventing the disclosure of data to unauthorized parties. If I'm allowed to elaborate further, we can see that where this type of compromise takes place and what are the solutions to it. Like it is compromised by cracking poorly encrypted data, man-in-the-middle attack, disclosing sensitive data, standard measures to establish confidentiality. They include data encryption, two-factor authentication, biometric verification, through which we can ensure the confidentiality of the data. Integrity refers to the protecting information from being modified by unauthorized parties. Standard measures to guarantee integrity include cryptographic checksums, using file permissions, uninterrupted power supplies, and data backups. And finally, availability means that the authorized parties are able to access information. That is also a case under cyber security threat, that the authorized people, they are denied access. So standard measures to guarantee it is the backing up of data in case of any exigency, implementing firewalls, having backup power supplies, and data redundancy. So in this background, a cyber attack is an exploitation of computer system and networks. Now, if we talk about cyber attack, it uses malicious code to alter computer code, logic, or data, and that leads to cybercrime. That may vary from very basic level to medium level to a very high level attack. But basic ingredients would be where there is a chance, there is an attempt, or there is a successful action where there is a computer code or its logic or data that is altered. So during the course module, our students must have gone through the fact that there are two broad categories of these attacks. One is web-based and the other is system-based. Web-based means where the attack occurs on a website or web application. There are a number of examples of such crimes like injection attack, DNS spoofing, session hijacking, phishing, brute force, denial of service, where there is an attack on the web or web application. The other part of these attacks are system-based attacks, where intended to compromise a computer or a computer network, like viruses, worm, Trojan horse, backdoors, bots. They are the attacks on the system. So what do we need to have this all-pervasive cyber threat, we must have suitable security policies which are considered to be a living document. Because technologies are evolving, people are evolving, fraudsters are evolving. So it is called a living document, which means that the document is never finished, but it is continuously updated as requirements of the technologies and employees change. So with every changing perspective, the security standards or security protocols are also upgraded and they are changed. India was amongst the few countries who had enacted IT laws to deal with cyber crimes as early as year 2000. The principal impetus of this IT Act is to offer reliable legal inclusiveness to e-commerce, facilitating registration of real-time records with the government. So it was more of a civil nature initially, but with the cyber attackers getting sneakier, topped by the human tendency to misuse technology, a series of amendments followed. Now, the scope of IT Act has been enhanced to encompass all the latest communication devices. Section 43, 66, 67 with their subsections make a strong edifice of Indian Information Technology Act. With the growth of internet, the dependence on computers and internet has increased exponentially. The challenge is to protect critical information infrastructure like civil aviation, railways, railway passenger reservation system, communication network, port management, companies and organizations in power, oil and natural gas sectors, banking and finance, telecom sector from cyber attacks, because they are the direct attack on the infrastructure of the country. It is not only the monetary loss that we suffer through these cyber attacks, but it is also the prestige of the country. It is a security assurance of the country that is threatened, and that is not a good sign for any country. So India is considered an IT superpower that is a major exporter of software and host of major IT-based outsourced businesses. So that also necessitates that our cyber security platform should be strengthened. To counter cyber security attacks, Government of India has taken certain initiatives, such as National Counter-Terrorism Center, that is NCTC, Computer Emergency Response Team India, CERT. The students may be knowing that CERT is a platform which is adopted by almost every country, and that is for the exchange of information, for exchange of threats, for advisories, to interact with the different countries to solve issues, to get data. So that is a platform provided by an international body, and India is part of it. Then we have National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center, that is NCIPC in India, which is working very fine to give advice, give timely alerts to different industries and different organizations. Then we have a new department, upcoming department, that is NatGrid, National Intelligence Grid. So it's a upcoming department which is supporting all the central agencies and also state governments, whereby they have a complete data access to all financial institutions, to all telecom companies, to internet service providers, so that the information is provided almost in the real time when there is a threat, when there is a case of cyber attack or cyber crime. So NatGrid is also a very important pillar of cyber security. Then we have CCTNS system in India, that is Crime and Criminal Tracking Network and Systems, that is being used by police, and it is again a very, very good project implemented throughout the country, where all the criminal database is shared by amongst the states, and with a click of button, a police station or a police officer can come to know the criminal antecedents or the details of a crime took place in Tamil Nadu or Gujarat or Assam, sitting at Lucknow or any part in the country. So that is also a very strong database that we are using. Then we have National Cyber Coordination Center. There was a need for coordination for the cyber crimes, because it is very interesting to note that cyber crime is basically, it is a federal nature crime. And particularly in a country like India, looking at the size, length and breadth of the country, it is very difficult for police or a normal investigator who is a police inspector to roam around throughout the country, because in a case of cybercrime, the victim may be at Lucknow, the perpetrator may be at Bangalore, the account used may be at Jaipur, and the money siphoned off may be in India or outside. So basically, it is a federal nature investigation. So there is a need for coordination, better coordination, that how the state police or state agencies or central agencies, they can better coordinate to handle this menace. And finally, we have Data Security Council of India, DSCI. NASSCOM has created Data Security Council of India, because as very rightly mentioned by Madam Manju Bharadwaj, that awareness is also very important when we are talking about cyber security. And DSCI is one organization which is organizing seminars, awareness programs in junior level schools or high school, intermediate or colleges, university, offices, courts, everywhere they are organizing courses. And they have also come up with very nice books for police investigators, for general public, digital books, and they are doing excellent job for the country. So with the advent of Digital India movement, again, you may be remembering that a couple of years back, our Prime Minister said that the government wants that every citizen of India should come on the digital platform. So it was a very good idea that this brings transparency in the system, this brings a lot of changes, a lot of convenience to our citizen, but at the same time, this exposes a great threat, great risk to the user if he is not aware of the functionalities of the platform that he's using. So that was a great challenge. Fraudsters always move ahead with a lot of innovation in laying fraud trap. That is, as a police officer, I can say that that is the biggest challenge before the police and other law enforcement agencies. And I often say that it is like IED, that is improvised explosive device. You fail to judge the trap, whether it will come in a garland, it will come in a bouquet, it will come in a in a camera or a flash or a mobile or a pen drive. You never know. So it will always come as this type of crime that always come as a surprise, and one should be very watchful, one should be very aware, alert to avoid the trap. So we need to prepare ourselves to handle the new emerging challenges on 3 counts: individuals, organizations, and society at large. Individuals are very important because they are the sufferers, they are the class who suffer personal prestige and sometimes property also, money also. So there are range of cyber crimes which take place against individuals. I can name a few: cyber stalking, defamation, email spoofing, computer vandalism, transmitting virus, net trespass. So we feel that awareness is one of the most important thing, and that awareness should be a sustained awareness. It is not like you distribute pamphlets on road and you say that the whole city is aware. No, they should be reminded about the threats. They should be reminded about the latest trends in cyber crime, cyber security threats, so that whenever there is a situation where there is a possibility of trap, they can avoid it and they can sustain safely. And there are very simple procedures which we need to follow. I can give you one example. Everyone, we are using internet banking or online platforms, and even in many of the social platforms, we get OTPs. You mark that in the bank's message, it is that this is the OTP for your transaction dated so and so, so and so. And in the last, it is said that you should not share OTP with anybody. Now in smartphones, you need not to open SMS. In the dialog box itself, the first 2 or 3 lines, they are visible. So normally a user does not open the SMS and just reads the OTP because it doesn't require to open the SMS. So I had suggested at the highest level that why this sequence cannot be reversed, that the first line should be that you should not share OTP, so that the user is compelled to open the SMS to read the OTP. And in the process, he will read the caution in the first line, and then he will go to the actual OTP. At least he will be awake, so that he does not share OTP at least that moment. Or there may be a solution that you send 2 SMS. One, the caution, and then you send the OTP. So these are the challenges. I had given only one very simple example. When we talk about the organizations, governments, firms, companies, like unauthorized control, access, possession of unauthorized information, cyber terrorism, distribution of pirated software. So systems need to improve to the desired level of prevention. We are very casual in office. We are very casual in using applications, using softwares. And that is why it is compromised. It is preloaded with some virus, preloaded with some bug, so that your system can be compromised. Or there may be there are instances where Trojan horses were loaded with the innocence, unawareness of the office staff. At the society at large level, like pornography, especially child pornography, trafficking of contrabands like drugs, wildlife, online forgery, financial crimes. So here, technology needs enhancement. I can give you one example, very interesting example. When we swipe our cards on EDC machine on a point of sale, EDC means that is electronic data capturing machine. You swipe your card on a petrol pump or on a merchant shop. You will be surprised to know that the payment settlers like Visa and Masters, they are the 2 giants in the world. They don't capture the IP address of that machine. So how big facility for the fraudsters. If I'm a merchant, I collude with somebody, I got issued a EDC machine, and then I'm not using at my my shop, and I let the other person to use fraudulently prepared cloned cards, white cards on my machine. And police has no clue. We know that it has taken place, but as a part of evidence, we are not able to establish that the machine issued to Arvind Chaturvedi was used by Anil Kumar because it needs IP address stamping. So there is a need for technology enhancement when it comes to society or a systematic change. We should call for a couple of things to strengthen our cybersecurity network. Firstly, dynamic legislature framework to address issues related to data protection and privacy. It should not take long time like other acts or other legislative procedures. It should be a dynamic one. It should be a consensus one by all political parties that it is required, it is needed, because in other acts or other laws, it may require very seldom, very rarely for any amendment. But for IT Act, for technological issues that we are facing in this field, that requires a frequent revisit to our procedures, revisit to our acts. Then fixing liability in bank or payment gateway frauds. It is painful when a retired person who got his PF and he is defrauded. A person who is going to marry his daughter is defrauded because he had taken advance in his bank account. So RBI has suggested frameworks for establishing role and responsibilities of both customers and banks in electronic transactions. It was hue and cry that people say that I have not used my ATM, I have not used anything, and still money has been taken out from our accounts. So RBI, Supreme Court is very serious about it. And I would also like to educate the audience, if you don't know, I must use word like educate, or I want to share that Government of India has recently started a very good initiative a couple of months back. Ministry of Home Affairs with Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Telecommunication has started a helpline number. The Shweta, you can write and you can note down, and then you can circulate in your WhatsApp groups. It is very important for our listeners, very important for our young men. They can educate others. There is a helpline number 155-260. 155-260. Whenever, unfortunately, if somebody fell prey to financial fraud through OTP or through by sending link to your mobile, somebody has defrauded you any amount, you should immediately report your case to this number, even before going to your local police station or cyber cell in your city. What is happening, I'll share with you, that the finance ministry could agree or could make agree all the banks, be it nationalized banks or private banks, to have one active nodal desk 24/7. Like, I should not take a name of any bank, say X bank. So X bank has the responsibility to man a desk 24/7 for all the complaints related to bank X to handle immediately. You will be surprised to know that it is working around the clock. Until now, more than 600 crore rupees have been blocked and returned to the victims. So what is happening? Like, if my HDFC, I'm a HDFC account holder, so my HDFC card was compromised by some of my behavioral mistake. So what will happen, that as soon as I report on this number, it will immediately take details from me, and if money has gone to, say, Canara Bank from HDFC Bank, so they will inform Canara Bank desk to stop this transaction. It has gone to the fraudster's account, or say known account to the fraudster. So they will stop the money there, and there is a possibility of retrieval of money. So this should be, people should be educated about it. And finally, the speed of deliberate expansion of cyber space should match the preparedness of users and other stakeholders for a smooth transition. An exhaustive awareness, training, and hands-on has been designed and adopted by concerned departments. Now you have online platforms where they take you to the demo of use of ATMs. Many of us, many of ladies, many of people from the rural background, they are not comfortable in using ATMs. So they have created some applications whereby you will have the first hand feel as if you are using ATM, or you are using a POS machine, or you are using online payment. So you will make a dummy practice, and then you will come to know that what is right and what is wrong. So SHM study says that financial cybercrime does not cause only monetary damage, but also a huge loss of consumer trust in the system. As I earlier said, that it is not only the monetary loss, or it is only a file loss, but it is a challenge to our national security scheme if it is compromised. With this, I'd like to share a few case studies. If time permits, Shweta will tell me. If it permits, I'll take another 10 minutes if you agree. And how meticulously fraudsters play trick against us. But before that, I'd like to extend my thanks to Principal Madam Dr. Veena Gurniani and Shweta Shankwar for giving me this opportunity to interact with experts and young students. I'll also like to add one thing, that Government of India has come up with a very, very, extensive scheme of involving young men, young qualified people, particularly people having startups, to provide solution to the national level problems. The Ministry of Education, Ministry of the Department of NatGrid, and AICTE, they have collaborated, and they have made a very widespread awareness amongst the startup companies within the colleges and universities, that they should come up to give solution to the 11 problem areas. And fortunately, I'm one of the experts to evaluate those projects. And it will start from 1st of November. The first round is from 1st of November to 5th of November, and the grand finale will be from 28th November to 1st December. So whosoever is responsible in the college for disseminating these informations, you can go to the NatGrid website, or Ministry of this is Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell. Shweta, you can search and you can share with your college placement team, or whatever you deem proper. So should I go ahead with the one brief presentation?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, so I'll need to share the screen. Shweta, can you see the screen now? Now the presentation screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And by the way, the audience is comfortable in Hindi also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, before I go to the presentation, I will also like to share something based on my experience. I'm of the opinion that the cyber crime or a successful cyber crime has two major tenets, major components. साइबर क्राइम होने के लिए दो इंग्रेडिएंट होने बहुत जरूरी हैं। पहला इंग्रेडिएंट है हिप्नोटिज्म, सम्मोहन, और दूसरा इंग्रेडिएंट है ग्रीड, लालच। ये सम्मोहन फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में भी होता है और डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में भी होता है। मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूं, आप लोग दिल्ली के आसपास हैं, दिल्ली में भी एक क्राइम बहुत होता है। एक क्राइम होता है जिसको हम लोग पुलिस की भाषा में कहते हैं टप्पेबाजी। टप्पेबाजी का मतलब कि आपका ध्यान 1 सेकंड के लिए, 5 सेकंड के लिए इधर उधर किया और चीज गायब। आप रेड लाइट पर हैं, थोड़ा सुनसान है, एक आदमी आया, एक लड़का आया, उसने कहा बाबूजी देखिए आपकी गाड़ी से पीछे पेट्रोल गिर रहा है। 100 रुपए पेट्रोल के लीटर के मारे आप उतरे देखने के लिए, बगल में दूसरा आदमी था, उसने लैपटॉप बैग उठाया या आपका मोबाइल उठाया और गायब हो गया। ये क्या? आपका ध्यान बिगाड़ना। बैंक में ऐसे होता है, आप बैंक से पैसे लेके निकले, पीछे से लोग लगे हुए हैं, आप थोड़ी दूर के लिए आए, आपसे एक आदमी ने कहा कि रे बाबूजी आपके देखिए पीछे पैंट पर मैला लगा हुआ है, डर्ट लगी हुई, डर्टी शिट लगी हुई है। आपने देखा, कुछ अनकंफर्टेबल फील किया, बड़ी आपको घिन आई, आपकी पकड़ ढीली हुई, उस कैश बैग पर एक आदमी ने झपट्टा मारा, ले गया। आपने जब देखा तो वो बिस्किट का गीला करके आपके पीछे से फेंक दिया था किसी ने। तो ये क्या है? हिप्नोटिज्म है। और ये डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में बहुत ज्यादा इस्तेमाल होता है हिप्नोटिज्म। इस हिप्नोटिज्म के कारण फ्रॉड की जो संभावना है, जो उसकी आसानी है, वो बहुत बढ़ जाती है। दूसरी चीज ग्रीड है। मैक्सिमम जो फाइनेंशियल क्राइम हो रहे हैं, आप 40% ऐसे हैं जहां आपकी ग्रीड के कारण आप फंसते हैं। आपने लॉटरी खरीदी नहीं, आपकी लॉटरी निकल आती है। आपने अभी गाड़ी खरीदी नहीं, बुक कराई है, उस पर आपकी नई गाड़ी निकल आती है। तो हम लोग बड़े आसानी से उस पर विश्वास कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि वो चीज हमें अच्छी लगती है, हमें पसंद आती है, क्योंकि हमारी प्रवृत्ति जो है, हमारा जो इंटेंट है, वो ग्रीड से भरा हुआ है। इस बैकग्राउंड में मैं कहूं अगर कि साइबर क्राइम, जो नॉर्मल पार्लेंस में साइबर क्राइम है, वो बेसिकली 4 कारणों से होता है। देयर आर 4 रीजंस। पहला, टू टीज, टू मिसचिफ। एक बहुत बड़ा संख्या है, अनफॉर्चुनेटली, और अनफॉर्चुनेटली मुझे नहीं कहना चाहिए, मैं सरकारी नौकरी में हूँ। फैक्ट ये है कि
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Have you shared the presentation, sir?
नहीं, अभी नहीं।
Okay, sir. Okay.
अभी नहीं किया। आई एम जस्ट गिविंग द बैकग्राउंड। तो इसमें क्या होता है कि टीज और मिसचिफ 66A था IT एक्ट में, जो रिपील कर दिया सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने। तो वो कवर करता था बेसिकली जब कोई छोटी मोटी बात होती थी। उसके बाद दूसरी चीज है कैरेक्टर एसेसिनेशन। ये कैरेक्टर एसेसिनेशन किसी लड़की का भी हो सकता है, मैनेजमेंट का भी हो सकता है, कॉलेज के प्रोफेसर का भी हो सकता है, बैंक के मैनेजर का भी हो सकता है, सरकारी कर्मी का भी हो सकता है। दैट इज द हार्म टू कैरेक्टर और रेपुटेशन। एंड थर्ड इज हार्म प्रोफेशनल राइवल्स। डॉक्टर का झगड़ा हुआ, उन्होंने दूसरे को बदनाम कर दिया। सप्लायर्स का झगड़ा हुआ, बदनाम कर दिया। और फाइनली टू गेन मनी, जिसके बहुत से रूप हैं, अनंत रूप हैं, मतलब कहा नहीं जा सकता कि क्या है। जैसा मैंने कहा आईडी की तरह से है, तो कहा नहीं जा सकता कि कितने उसके रूप हो सकते हैं। तो हम नॉर्मली कहते हैं इस बात को बार बार कि हमें जो सावधानी बरतने की जरूरत है वो हमारे सर्टेन लेवल्स ऑफ हमारी सिक्योरिटी होनी चाहिए, या सिक्योरिटी का लेवल कहने का मतलब ये है कि हमारा ध्यान जाना चाहिए उन बातों पर जिसमें जो हमारा मोबाइल का यूसेज है, इंटरनेट का यूसेज है, सोशल मीडिया, ईमेल, बैंकिंग, इस पर हमारा ध्यान जाना चाहिए। तो मैं आपको केवल, समय काफी हो गया है, तो मैं केवल एक इस स्टडी आपको दिखाता हूं कि देखिए कैसे क्राइम ये फ्रॉडस्टर्स करते हैं और कितने बड़े लेवल का क्राइम करते हैं। हाँ बताइए श्वेता, ये स्क्रीन दिख रही है अब आपको?
यस सर, स्क्रीन विजिबल है सर।
और
प्रेजेंटेशन
ये देखिए, ये करने पर भी विजिबल है। कल एक जगह दिक्कत आई थी, अभी भी विजिबल है।
तो प्रेजेंटेशन अभी विजिबल नहीं हुआ है, स्लाइड्स आर नॉट विजिबल।
नहीं हुआ, अब विजिबल है?
नहीं सर, स्लाइड्स विजिबल नहीं है सर।
नहीं, आप देखिए।
यस सर, नाउ इट इज विजिबल।
अच्छा, तो मैं इसको प्ले नहीं करता हूं, पता नहीं क्या दिक्कत आ जाए, तो मैं ऐसे ही रखता हूं इसे। एक बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग केस आपसे शेयर करता हूं और इसी बहाने आपको कुछ हो सकता है कुछ नई चीजें भी मालूम पड़े। आगरा में एक होटल में, ताज महल के पास एक होटल में 3 लोग आके रुके और 2-3 रहने के बाद होटल के मैनेजर ने वहां की लोकल पुलिस को इन्फॉर्म किया कि साहब हमारे यहाँ 3 लोग आए हुए हैं बॉम्बे से और वो कमरे से कहीं बाहर नहीं निकलते और उनका हाई इंटरनेट यूसेज है। आप लोग जानते होंगे कि होटल्स में आजकल वो कार्ड देते हैं या यूसेज पर आपने इतना यूज कर लिया तो आपको रिचार्ज कराना पड़ता है। ये इंफॉर्मेशन सेंसिटिव थी, इसलिए सेंसिटिव हो गई कि उसमें से 2 मुस्लिम्स थे। अनफॉर्चुनेटली ऐसी सिचुएशन में जब मुस्लिम लड़का हो और आगरा है और होटल से निकल नहीं रहा, बॉम्बे से आया है, तो मैं उस समय एसटीएफ में तैनात था, मुझसे कहा गया केस हैंडल करने के लिए। हम लोगों ने वेरीफाई किया कहाँ से आए हैं, उनके बारे में पता किया और फिर उनको इंटरसेप्ट किया, मतलब उनको डिटेन किया। तो वो अब्दुल रहीम, मूसा गौस, एडवर्ड एंड्रूज, ये नाइजीरियन थे और इनका एक लोकल सपोर्ट मोहम्मद इश्तियाक था और इनका जो बॉस था नाइजीरिया में वो सैम डिकोस्टा। when we detained them and recovered hundreds of pen drive, dozens of hard disks and laptops, palm tops, we were surprised to see the meticulous preparation of attempting frauds and successfully doing fraudulent transactions. They had databases of lakhs of mail IDs. If I can show you, is it visible? Shweta, is it visible, this text file? Anybody? If it is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
So you can see that it is all Indian names, foreign names. It is a database. That is the first step, that they shoot mail to all lakhs and lakhs mail IDs they had collected from dark web or from open market. The purpose is to lure them. If they have sent 5 lakh mails, 50,000 have responded. Out of 50,000, say 15,000 will move ahead, and finally 5,000 will be cheated. In this particular case, they could collect the databases of people with different bank accounts. Like I am sharing.
Your database is not seen.
I'll do it again. I think that I need to, every
So it
time I
goes to-
need to.
No. So it goes to the new window. So you have to share that window in the screen.
Yeah, I understand. So now it should be visible. It is visible now?
It's visible now, sir.
Okay. So you can see it is a database. So like this, they had hundreds of databases. I've collected a very small segment of that for the purpose of presentation. Oh. So like I can show you how they had maintained databases of different banks. I have again to go to. Now see that it is the database they collected of Axis Bank. So it is a corporate ID here, corporate ID. They have user ID, password, transaction password. So what else do they need? Only the OTP. In the next one, they have even password, transaction password, mobile number, and also the balance of 28 lakh rupees. Only thing they need is OTP, which is not a difficult thing nowadays with the social engineering, with the fix. So they have a complete database of hundreds of customers, and they can use it for making fraud. Now, even interesting is the chat. They talk very frankly about their targets. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Now see, they are talking to each other. Sam DeCosta, he is the person who is sitting in Africa, Nigeria, and he is giving details to the people who are in Mumbai or Jaipur, Bareilly. They are the nodal points for them in North India. And interestingly, in Nigerian language, the victim of cybercrime is called Mugu, M-U-G-U. So in the chat, they used to transact like the next Mugu is a chartered accountant, a doctor, an advocate by profession. So like Suruchi Arora, in here I am reading for you. Suruchi Arora, account number, Pada Road, Mumbai, mobile number, and further details. And they also allot a particular case to a particular person to initiate, and they give them name also. So it is very systematic, and mostly in this case they are NRIs. Further, you will be surprised to know if you are using this credit cards or debit cards. There is a new system where we get grid numbers on the back of your card. So we feel that we are very safe if we have grid numbers. You see that he has complete set of grid numbers also. User ID, password, transaction password, mobile number, and the grid numbers printed on the card of the victim. So even if he gets OTP and he is asked for the grid value for particular letter, so he can use that grid value also. So that is the level of preparedness of these fraudsters. You see, hundreds of cards were required. A very बड़ी हंसी की बात और बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात है कि ये जिसके साथ फ्रॉड कर लेते हैं उसका डेटा भी अलग बना के रखते हैं, ऐसा ना हो कि टाइम वेस्ट हो उसके साथ दोबारा फ्रॉड करने में। तो ये लिख के रखते हैं कि इसके साथ फ्रॉड हो गया, अब इस पर टाइम नहीं लगाना है। ये विक्टिम डिटेल भी रखते हैं, किसके साथ कितना लिया, इसके साथ 28 लाख लिया, इसके साथ 4 लाख की धोखाधड़ी की, तो ये डेटाबेस भी बना के रखते हैं। So this whole gang was nabbed, and primarily a gang member who was at Hyderabad, and he had very good contacts in the mobile companies. So he used to get the duplicate SIM card of the victim. तो अगर हमारा किसी के पास डुप्लीकेट सिम एक्टिवेटेड मिल जाए तो मेरा फोन बंद हो जाएगा, मैं समझूंगा नेटवर्क नहीं आ रहा है या मोबाइल में हमारे कोई प्रॉब्लम है, और जितनी देर में हम समझेंगे उतनी देर में हमारा डुप्लीकेट सिम जो है प्री एक्टिवेटेड, वो उस पर OTP आ जाएगा और ट्रांजैक्शन हो जाएगा, और फिर हम जब अपने वेंडर को कंप्लेंट करेंगे तो हमारा फोन ठीक हो जाएगा, जैसे ही वो बंद होगा हमारा फोन ठीक हो जाएगा। ये बेसिक ट्रिक थी, लेकिन अब तो इससे भी आगे आप लोगों ने देखा होगा तमाम केसेस हैं जहां पर एक लिंक भेजता है फ्रॉडस्टर। आपको जान गया है कि आप बहुत अवेयर हो गए हैं, आपको भारत सरकार और पुलिस ने बहुत सिखा पढ़ा दिया है कि अब आप OTP नहीं देंगे, तो आपको वो एक लिंक भेजता है। आपको लगता है लिंक तो एक ऑथेंटिक चीज होगी, किसी सर्वर से आई होगी, और आप जैसे ही लिंक प्रेस करते हैं, जो टीम व्यूअर या एमी एडमिन करके सॉफ्टवेयर होते हैं रिमोट एक्सेस के, आपका फोन उसके पास चला जाता है रिमोट एक्सेस में, और फिर आप फोन ऑन ऑफ करते रहते हैं, उसमें कुछ नहीं होता, और OTP मंगा के रीड करता है और फोन आपका रिलीज कर देता है। तो ये जो चीजें हैं ये बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गई हैं, और हम लोग जब इसको इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लेवल पे ले जाते हैं, हम एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल आपको देना चाहते हैं कि हाउ सिस्टमेटिकली वी वर्क फॉर a successful investigation. We seize a laptop. ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है, सोर्स क्या है, मूसा के पास से मिला, किसके पास भेजा जाएगा, कौन प्रोवाइड करेगा डिटेल इसके, और क्या प्रोवाइड करेगा। हम स्पेसिफिकली लिखते हैं कि क्या चाहिए हमको। इसी तरह से अगर मोबाइल फोन है, कोई डिवाइस है, पेन ड्राइव है, तो हमको उससे क्या चाहिए, या किसी की मेल आईडी है तो उस मेल आईडी से हम क्या चीज इस्टेब्लिश करना चाहते हैं, ये डिटेल हमको इससे मिल जाता है। तो मैं अपनी बात यही खत्म करता हूं, तो इस समय काफी हो गया है और केसेस तो बहुत से हैं, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक है। और मैं एक बार फिर से धन्यवाद देता हूं मैत्रेयी कॉलेज प्रिंसिपल मैम को और कोऑर्डिनेटर को, श्वेता को, और खास करके जो हमारी इतनी बड़ी संख्या में विद्यार्थी जुड़े हुए हैं, आज स्टूडेंट्स जुड़े हुए हैं जिन्होंने कोर्स किया होगा या हो सकता है न भी किया हो। लेकिन मैं आपसे कहूंगा जिसका इंटरेस्ट हो, जिसको मजा आता हो इस तरह के कॉबवेब में घुसने का, कुछ सोल्यूशन निकालने का प्रयास करने का, उसे जरूर इस फील्ड में आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। बहुत स्कोप है, और अगर आप एनरिच होंगे तो जो कंपनीज हैं, इवन गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में भी बहुत ज़्यादा अब जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं इन फील्ड्स में। एज एक्सपर्ट आपकी पहचान होगी, आपका नाम होगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, sir. It is indeed a privilege to have Dr. Arvind Chaturvedi with us. Once again, I thank you, sir, for having spared your precious time with all of us and sharing insightful thoughts and case studies. Thank you for sharing those helpline numbers. Those are really very useful. And आपके महत्वपूर्ण एवं उपयोगी वक्तव्य के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सो मच सर। प्रतिभागियों से मेरा अनुरोध है कि इस सत्र में व्याख्यान से संबंधित आपकी जो जिज्ञासा है एवं प्रश्न है, आप उन्हें चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं और एक एक करके आपके प्रश्न लिए जाएंगे। We'll now take the questions from our participants. So over to you, Khushi, for the question answer session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. All of you are requested to drop your questions in the chat box and they will be addressed. Again, I request everyone, if anyone is having doubt, please drop your questions in the chat box and they will be addressed.
तो ब्रेक द आइस, मैं सोचता हूँ मैं एक सवाल पूछूं, शायद उसके रिस्पॉन्स से ये मोनोटनी टूट जाए। कोई भी पार्टिसिपेंट ये बताए कि अगर आपका कोई फर्स्ट हैंड अनुभव हो जहां आप खुद या आपके परिवार या आपका कोई मित्र किसी साइबर क्राइम जो पर्सनल लॉसेस होते हैं उसका शिकार हुआ हो, तो कैसे हुआ और कैसे उसका सोल्यूशन निकला या नहीं निकला। कोई रिस्पॉन्ड करे। इन द मीन टाइम एक सवाल है, मैं उसका जवाब भी दूंगा। कोई रिस्पॉन्ड करना चाहे हमारे सवाल पे तो करे। एक सवाल रितु का है कि हाउ डू दीज क्रिमिनल्स get all information as they have collected such big lists? So mostly we provide information about ourselves. Sometimes through social engineering they get information, or mostly we ourselves provide inadvertently information about the information about us. I give you one example. आपकी सैमसंग की वॉशिंग मशीन खराब हो गई घर पर, आप उसको रिपेयर कराना चाहते हैं, आपके पास कोई नंबर नहीं है, आप गूगल पर गए, आपने सैमसंग वॉशिंग मशीन रिपेयर किससे आप संपर्क करें ये आपने डाला। सर्च का जो रिजल्ट आया, नॉर्मली हम लोग की आदत होती है कि फर्स्ट और सेकंड को हम चूज कर लेते हैं। आप फर्स्ट पर गए, आपसे कहा गया कि आप यू आर वेलकम, जो भी इंटरेक्शन आपका हुआ, आपने अपनी प्रॉब्लम बताई, आपसे मेक मॉडल पूछा। मेक मॉडल पूछने के बाद आपका डिटेल, आपका एड्रेस, आपका मोबाइल नंबर, और कहीं कहीं पर अगर उसको लगा कि आप इतने कंफर्टेबल हैं अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर करने के लिए, तो आपसे बैंक डिटेल भी पूछ लेता है कि सर इसका पेमेंट आप कहाँ से करेंगे, हमको इसमें लॉग इन करना होता है, आप ऑनलाइन करेंगे, अकाउंट से करेंगे, आपसे डिटेल ले लेता है। और डिटेल लेने के बाद वो आपको एक बटन क्लिक कराता है और आपको रिडायरेक्ट करा देता है सैमसंग की ओरिजिनल साइट पर। ये तो वो है जो ईमानदार फ्रॉडस्टर है। जो बेईमान फ्रॉडस्टर है वो आपसे आपका वॉशिंग मशीन रिपेयर कराने की पूरी चालान तैयार कराता है, आपसे पेमेंट ले लेता है और वो पूरी तरह से फ्रॉड होता है। तो इसलिए आपको ये सावधानी बरतनी चाहिए ऐसे केस में इसमें क्या हुआ कि आपका जो बेसिक क्रेडेंशियल है वो उसको मिल गया, वो डेटाबेस तैयार कर रहा है। ऐसे लोग दिन भर में अगर 1500 भी उसको मिल गए वेबसाइट पर, तो एक महीने में आप सोचिए कितना बड़ा डेटाबेस उसके पास तैयार हो गया। उसके पास मेल आईडी आ गई, मोबाइल नंबर आ गया, आपका नाम आ गया, आपका एड्रेस आ गया, क्या गजट आपके पास है, और 40% लोगों का बैंक अकाउंट आ गया। अब वो कोई और ट्रिक प्ले करेगा जिससे आपके फर्दर डिटेल्स निकल आए। इससे कपिला का सवाल है, एनी क्रिप्टो करेंसी ट्रांजेक्शन फेसिंग interjection case study? No, I don't have right now ready with me, but we have handled certain cases, but not to a great depth. So I'm not the right person to take up a case study on cryptocurrency right now. I got some calls from KBC. These are not actual from there, but yeah. आजकल व्हाट्सएप भी बहुत चल रहा है, नया इसका लीक शुरू होने वाली है, कौन बनेगा करोड़पति का। उसका ऐड उसका देख के ही लगता है कि वो कितना फूहड़, कितना शैबी है, तो वो विश्वास करने लायक नहीं है। लेकिन उसके बाद भी लोग उस पर कॉल करते हैं। और देखिए, मैंने जैसे शुरू में ही कहा कि फ्रॉड ये जो है, ये हिप्नोटिज्म और ग्रीड का मिक्स है। जहां आपका पैर फिसला वहां वो तैयार बैठा हुआ है फ्रॉस्टर आपसे उगाही करने के लिए। तो ये आप पर डिपेंड करता है कि आप कितने सजग हैं और अलर्ट हैं कि आप ट्रैप में ना आए। नीलम मैडम भी लिख रही हैं कि उनको भी व्हाट्सएप मैसेज इस तरह का केबीसी पर मिला। इस समय पिछले एक हफ्ते से बहुत ज्यादा स्पर्ट है, और ये सीजनल होता है क्योंकि एक साथ आता है, तो एक ही साथ एक शहर में बहुत से लोगों के पास आता है। तो अवेयर रहने की जरूरत है, आप कितने सजग हैं, कितने अलर्ट हैं। और अनावश्यक के लिए मैं एक मेरा फोल्डर है दिस सेफ्टी इन साइबर स्पेस, एक जनरल चीज है, कॉशन इन यूज ऑफ मोबाइल, इंटरनेट, ईमेल, सोशल नेटवर्किंग साइट्स एंड ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग एंड शॉपिंग। इसकी डिजिटल कॉपी मैं शेयर कर दूंगा श्वेता के साथ, या डॉक्टर वीना को भेज दूंगा मेल पर। अगर आप चाहें तो इसको सर्कुलेट कर सकती हैं। ये मैंने कहा कि आपको बार बार, ये एक बार का ज्ञान नहीं है। जैसे मैंने कहा कि साइबर सिक्योरिटी इवॉल्विंग चीज है, जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी बदलेगी, जैसे थ्रेट्स बदलेंगे, वैसे ही हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी हमको बदलना पड़ेगा। उसी तरीके से आपको भी लगातार अपने आप को अपडेट और अवेयर करना पड़ेगा। तमाम तरह के थ्रेट्स लगातार आते रहेंगे। ऋषभ का सवाल क्लियर नहीं है, आप दोबारा कहिए या आप अनम्यूट होके बताइए। हाउ सेफ द व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप लिंक्स रिगार्डिंग एजुकेशन पर्पस अवेलेबल ऑन द गूगल? मैं सवाल आपका सही नहीं समझ पा रहा हूं, आप अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकते हैं। और या आई एम गेटिंग हायरिंग मैसेजेस डेली, दे आर सेइंग टू सेंड देम व्हाट्सएप मैसेज बाय क्लिकिंग। नो, नेवर डू इट। ये सवाल श्रुति खुराना का है। आज का जो लेटेस्ट तरीका है आपको फ्रॉड करने का, आपको नुकसान पहुंचाने का, वो लिंक भेज के है। वो लिंक आपको आपके फोन पर ऑटोमेटिकली एक ऐसा ऐप इंस्टॉल करता है, एग्जीक्यूट कर देता है, जिससे उसका रिमोट एक्सेस फ्रॉडस्टर के पास पहुंच जाता है। तो आप कतई किसी भी अनसॉलिसिटेड मैसेज, किसी अननोन आदमी से जो मैसेज आते हैं, हमने 6,000 रुपए जीते हैं, आप भी इसको क्लिक कीजिए, 6,000 रुपए पाइए, इस तरह के मैसेज पर आपको रिस्ट्रेन करना चाहिए। और किसी भी तरीके से आपको ये लिंक क्लिक नहीं करना चाहिए।
Sir,
प्लीज।
sir, I'm getting a customer care call regularly. एक्चुअली मैंने जियो का नंबर जो है वो मतलब उससे रिचार्ज नहीं करा रही हूँ, तो उससे कस्टमर केयर का नंबर आ रहा है, वो शो हो रहा है, बट वो कस्टमर के केयर की बात ना करके वो और कोई बात कर रहे हैं और वो रेगुलरली हो रहा है, और मैंने वो नंबर ब्लॉक भी किया, उसके बाद भी वो कॉल्स मेरे को आ रही हैं।
ये कस्टमर केयर बहुत सी चीजें मिथ्स हैं हम लोगों के। एक तो हम लोग ट्रू कॉलर को मानते हैं कि ट्रू कॉलर पर अगर आ रहा है तो वो सही है। मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि ट्रू कॉलर कुछ भी नहीं है, एक डेटाबेस है। हमारा नाम अगर किसी ने भैया करके, अरविंद भैया करके रखा हुआ है और पहली बार हमारा नंबर ट्रू कॉलर के उस पर जा रहा है, नेटवर्क पर जा रहा है, तो आप भी देखेंगी तो अरविंद भैया दिखाई देगा। तो फ्रॉडस्टर क्या करता है, अगर मान लीजिए हमको फ्रॉड करना है तो हमने एक नया सिम लिया, नया ट्रू कॉलर इंस्टॉल किया और हमने उसको लिख दिया कि जनरल मैनेजर SBI। अब जब कॉल किसी के पास जाएगा, ट्रू कॉलर पर दिखेगा उसको जनरल मैनेजर SBI दिखाई देगा। तो ट्रू कॉलर सामान्य ट्रांजैक्शन के लिए तो ठीक है, लेकिन अगर कोई पद नाम से आपको प्रभावित करना चाहता है तो आपको सावधान रहना चाहिए। जो हमारी दूसरी बात इसी तरह से व्हाट्सएप की है कि व्हाट्सएप पर क्या लिख के आ रहा है। यू शुड नॉट गो विद द फेस वैल्यू और द फेस नेम ऑफ दैट अकाउंट। आपको एक कॉमन सेंस अप्लाई करने की जरूरत है। मैक्सिमम जो फ्रॉड हो रहे हैं बैंक के आजकल, वो सैटरडे संडे को हो रहे हैं। आदमी ये नहीं सोचता कि संडे को अगर कोई आदमी कॉल कर रहा है कि सर मैं SBI से ब्रांच मैनेजर बोल रहा हूं, तो हमें सोचना चाहिए कि ये फ्रॉड होने की संभावना है। संडे को कोई बैंकर आपको कॉल नहीं करेगा। बैंक वैसे भी कहता है कि हम किसी भी इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए आपको कॉल नहीं करते। इस बात का ध्यान रखना चाहिए। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? अभी आपने देखा होगा रैंसमवेयर के केसेस बहुत बढ़ गए हैं। तो रैंसमवेयर भी एक तरह का लिंक भेजने के से ही हो रहा है कि हम आपके सिस्टम को ओवरपावर करते हैं, कैप्चर करते हैं, कंट्रोल करते हैं रिमोटली और फिर उसके बदले में आपसे रैंसम मांगते हैं। एक और क्राइम बहुत ज्यादा इस समय हो रहा है, सावधान रहने की जरूरत है, खास करके पुरुषों को, लड़कियों को भी, जो सेक्स एक्सटॉर्शन है। कोई आदमी, कोई लड़की कांटेक्ट करती है और कांटेक्ट करने के बाद वो अनप्रोवोक्ड नेकेड होने की कोशिश करती है, नेकेड हो जाती है। और बहुत बार डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप्स में, तो बहुत से रिटायर्ड लोगों को भी जानता हूँ ऐसे, जो उसके साथ साथ एक्साइट होके अपने कपड़े भी उतार देते हैं और उसकी वीडियो बन जाता है उसका, और उसके बाद सेक्स एक्सटॉर्शन शुरू हो जाता है। आप लोगों ने दिल्ली में, नोएडा में, लखनऊ में तमाम जगह ऐसे लोग पकड़े गए हैं। तो मुख्य बात वही है, ग्रीड की बात है। ग्रीड केवल पैसे का नहीं है, ग्रीड सेक्स का भी हो सकता है, ग्रीड बहुत सी तरह का हो सकता है। उसको कंट्रोल करने की जरूरत है।
Sir, the last question is from Rishi. And the question is, सर मुझे कुछ लिंक आए हैं व्हाट्सएप पर रिगार्डिंग SSC UPSC प्रिपरेशन। जब मैंने वो ग्रुप ज्वाइन किया तो उसमें बहुत सारे इंटरनेशनल नंबर्स थे। तो ऐसे फेक लिंक्स के लिए कहाँ पर कंप्लेंट करना चाहिए?
फेक लिंक के लिए तो आपको अपने साइबर सेल में करना होगा। साइबर सेल, जिस भी शहर में आप हैं वहाँ के साइबर सेल के नंबर्स जो हैं सर्कुलेटेड होते हैं, उसको आप कंप्लेंट कर दीजिए। एक बात और देखिए, बहुत चैलेंज है पुलिस के साथ कि अटेम्प्ट जो है, अटेम्प्ट टू कमिट ए क्राइम, वो केवल 2 ही 3 धाराएं हैं IPC की जिसमें अवेलेबल है। डकैती उसमें से एक है 511, रेप एक है, अटेम्प्ट टू रेप, अटेम्प्ट टू डिकॉय, टू कमिट डिकॉयटी, अटेम्प्ट टू मेक करप्शन। ये बड़ी एक्सेप्शंस हैं, बहुत कम हैं। अटेम्प्ट टू फ्रॉड पनिशेबल नहीं है। तो जब आप पुलिस के पास जाते हैं तो पुलिस कहता है अभी कुछ हुआ नहीं है। ये एक चैलेंज है पुलिस के सामने। और जैसा मैंने अपने प्रेजेंटेशन में कहा कि जो हमारा लेजिस्लेचर है उसको एक्टिव होना पड़ेगा। जैसे बहुत सी अन्य चीजों में अटेम्प्ट पनिशेबल है, उसी तरीके से हमको अब फ्रॉड में भी, क्योंकि पहले फ्रॉड तो फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में होता था, 420 जिसे कहते हैं, लेकिन आज फ्रॉड बड़े डायनेमिक प्लेटफॉर्म पर हो रहा है, बड़ी स्पीड के साथ हो रहा है, इसलिए हमको अटेम्प्ट को भी पनिशेबल बनाना चाहिए। और अगर ऐसा होता है तो जैसा केस आपने बताया, उसको पुलिस सीधे सीधे ऑफेंस की तरह टेकअप कर सकती है, अभी कंप्लेंट की तरह टेकअप कर पाएगी।
Thank you so much, sir. I hope all the questions are clear.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chaturvedi, for patiently answering all the queries and questions of the participants, and Khushi for handling the question and answer session so well. Thank you so much. Now I invite our student coordinators to present the highlights and glimpses of this program to all. Over to you, girls, for the glimpses. I request Mehak to please present the glimpses.
Bootcamp organized by the Department of Computer Science, Maitreyi College. Cybersecurity League Program, also known as CSLP, a program filled with numerous informative webinars, competitions, and quizzes under its flagship. CSLP has its mainstream theme as cybersecurity, and all the events under the banner will be based on the same. The program structure was designed with taking inclusivity of beginners, and for the same, its curriculum was specially molded by our teacher coordinator, Dr. Veena Guryani and Dr. Jyotna. Under CSLP, we held webinars on topics related to our theme, hosted by renowned speakers having remarkable contribution under the field of cybersecurity. We held different competitions and assessment for overall learning growth of all our fellows. The assessment contained each webinar was followed by a quiz contained questions related to the webinar only. These quizzes were planned for the purpose of assessment and retention of learned concepts as well. For having a fun learning approach towards the concepts, we organized an infotainment session based on short clip prepared and presented by the participants under the theme of cybersecurity. And for creating an analytical approach related to the risks and vulnerabilities involved in any cybersecurity incident, we hosted a case study competition in which the participants were asked to research and discuss any one case study on cybercrime in India. Now, our team will take you, all of you, on a tour of this 1 month journey. So we ask and request everyone to please fasten your seatbelt for a vivid experience.
Our first event under the Cybersecurity League program was on the topic Combating Cybercrime and Internet Safety by Mr. Arun. He guided the audience with his knowledge in the field of cybercrime. He also made understand vulnerabilities of the system, and as a security administrator, what are the things that must be taken care of.
The second event under the Cybersecurity League program was on the topic Cybersecurity and Human Dimension by Colonel Sunil Kapila. He started a session by providing an insight about some key settings concerned with cybercrime. Colonel Kapila discussed the missing link of human dimension in the cyber revolution. The third event under the Cybersecurity League program was on the topic Cryptography by Mr. Pratham Sharma. He started a session with introduction about cryptography. He discussed why we might consider using a third-party cryptography service and also demonstrated cryptographic functionality through online tools.
Our fourth event under Cybersecurity League program was on the topic IT laws by Mr. Mandari. The speaker highlighted the emerging trends in the cybersecurity laws across the world. He also shared some statistical analysis of ever-increasing number of cybercrimes. He concluded the session by stressing upon the amendments to be carried out in the IT law.
Our fifth event under Cybersecurity League program was on the topic Ethical Hacking by Mr. Arun. The purpose of the webinar was to explore the students to the various aspects related to security that are being used in industries today. Mr. Soni outlined the facts and misconceptions related to ethical hacking and also made it clear that the role of cybersecurity is absolutely related to ethical hacking.
sixth event under Cybersecurity League program was a student mentor session by Mr. Parshva Bhaswar and Mr. Anshuman D. The purpose of the session was to connect the speaker who has knowledge and experience about cybersecurity. Speakers shared their experience in the field of cybersecurity with participants. They guided participants with exploring careers, setting goals, developing contacts, and identifying resources.
10th event under the Cybersecurity League program was Express Yourself, an informal talk. The purpose of the event was to connect participants and share their experience. A healthy discussion was made after a short clip presented by the team under the theme Cybersecurity. A famous quote by Mahatma Gandhi says, "It's the action, not the fruit of the action that's important." This line truly defines our spirit, as our main motive was to spread awareness so that everyone will be able to make more informed decisions. We were working towards the same purpose, and we are delighted to inform you all that we have covered 400 plus participants and 30 plus hours of engagement. Our aim was to develop the foundational knowledge required to securely work in cyberspace, and we hope that with the help of our CSLP program, our participants are now aware about the plausible threats in cyberspace, viruses, cyber laws, cyber crimes, and the protective measure to prevent these threats. We hope whenever our CSLP fellows will face these types of threats in their life, then they will be able to tackle that with clarity and intention by understanding things from multiple perspectives.
Thank you, CSLP student coordinators, for presenting the glorious glimpses of this program. I'm sure it has been a memorable learning experience for all. इस पाठ्यक्रम में हमारे प्रतिभागियों ने क्या सीखा और क्या साझा, क्या समझा, इस पर कुछ प्रतिभागियों ने अपना अनुभव, अपने विचार हमसे साझा किए हैं। हम उसकी कुछ झलकियां आप सबके सामने प्रस्तुत करना चाहेंगे। मैं महक से वीडियो चलाने का निवेदन करती हूँ।
Crimes have increased alarmingly in our country, making the topic of cybersecurity very important in one's life. This session has helped me to know various ways to be safe while using the internet. Almost all the major points relating to cybersecurity were explained meticulously. It was indeed a very enriching experience. I hope that such sessions are conducted in future as well. Thank you.
Every look, there is someone out there trying to pick in or break in. A warm good afternoon to all. I am Komal from Government Girls College, Gurgaon. Today I shared my experience during the 1-month CSLP program. In these workshops, I knew a lot of new things and gathered much information, especially a session from Mr. Kanishk Gaur, who gave the session Cybersecurity World and Human Dimensions. It aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and protect against the unauthorized exploitation of systems, networks, and technologies. It was really understandable through this session. In future, I also want to join these sessions because they contain lot of information in today's digital world. I have been saying for years we are gonna have to spend a lot more time on cybersecurity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mehak. We thank our participants for their valuable feedback. We would like to now invite some of the participants present with us today to share their experiences of the program with us. For this, I would request participants to raise hand button option, and we will unmute the selected participants to share their views. Maybe firstly we can have Mr. Himanshu. Himanshu, you may unmute yourself and share your feedback, please.
Himanshu, you're not audible.
Yeah, please check the connection at your end. I think meanwhile Himanshu is setting up the settings at his end. We can have Gagan Kumar Soni. I can see the raise hand option there. Gagan, if you could unmute and share your experience, it would be great.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. Hello, everyone. Myself, Gagan Kumar Soni, a third-year student from Kesam Mahavidyalaya, University of Delhi, obviously from BSc Computer Science honor. So I am new in cybersecurity thing. Actually, I have a good knowledge in the programming, developing, web development, and Android thing. But in cybersecurity terms, I am a learner, or you can say a beginner. So CSLP has given me a platform to know and explore more on the topics of the cybersecurity. The sessions were too good. I would like to thank the teacher coordinators, also the team who is a very helpful during the sessions, and you can say the team, all the credit, much of the credit goes to the team जिन्होंने एक साल तक इसे एक महीने तक इसे मेंटेन करके रखा है like a short event of 3 or 4 days take a lot of time, and a 1 month program is a huge responsibility. Okay, so I would also like to thank Colonel Sunil Kapila sir, because उनके सेशन में we have not got to know कि time कैसे बीत गया. After 2 hours of session, we are still waiting कि और कुछ नया जानने को मिलेगा. And also today's session by Dr. Arvind Chaturvedi sir, it was a great and insightful session. All other speakers are also too good, but I would really like to thank Colonel Sunil Kapila sir for giving us the session. And that's all for me. And thank you, team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gagan. And I think now we have Himanshu. Himanshu, if you would like to share your thoughts now.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Oh, yes, perfectly fine now.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Good evening. I'm Himanshu, second year student of BSc Life Sciences. So being from a science background and specifically from life sciences, this field was very new for me. And this course was a complete package in itself, giving us all the basic insights and all the basic tools required to go out in the cyber world and fight all the vulnerabilities that is present there. Specifically, I liked the sessions of Anup Soni sir. They were excellent, giving great insights. And at the last, I would say that I would like to attend more such sessions, and kudos to the team for organizing such an amazing sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Himanshu, for those all kind words. Yes, indeed, our student coordinators have worked really very hard for this. I could see raise hand option from Mr. Harsh. Harsh, would you like to share your views and thoughts?
Hello, ma'am. So good evening, everyone.
Hello.
This is Harsh Sharma from PGTV College, BSc Honors Computer Science, third year student. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts on the CSLP 1 month program. It was a literally amazing program. So from the day 1 to the day 30th of this program, the excitement from my side, it was very much so, because all the speakers, all the team and the mentors which we got from the program, they were really worth it. The course was really worth it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harsh. If somebody else would like to share thoughts or any views, any experiences, we would be lucky to have it. So I think now we can move ahead with this. And I would like to invite now Ms. Ashna and Ms. Sakshi to deliver a vote of thanks.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jyotsna. I think Dr. Chandan Kumar was also willing to share his feedback according to the team. Dr. Chandan Kumar, can you please unmute yourself? Dr. Chandan Kumar? Okay, in that case, maybe we can move ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So now I request formally our student program heads, Ms. Ashna and Ms. Sakshi, to present a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Jyotsna ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, Ashna, perfectly audible.
Okay. Good evening, all. Honorable dignitaries, distinguished guests, respected teachers, and dear participants. On the behalf of our CSLP team, we feel immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks. We would like to express our deep gratitude to our principal, Dr. Haritma Chopra, for being the catalyst that inspired us to do our best and stand as a pillar of power. Is Sakshi?
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. With deep sense of appreciation, we thank our loving teachers, Dr. Veena Guryani and Dr. Jyotsna Vasan, and all the other teachers from our CS department for their cooperation in the organization of this event. As events like this cannot happen overnight, the wheels start moving about a week ago. It requires planning and bird's eye for details. Thank you, ma'am, for your untiring efforts and for guiding and helping us in giving our best throughout the process. We are also very thankful to all the speakers and mentors who has joined us and shared their knowledge with all of us. Thank you all.
We have been fortunate to be supported by a team of very active and dedicated students of our organization who are well versed in their jobs. We lack words of their participation and their willingness to complete tasks beyond their comfort zones. We thank our volunteers, our event heads, Ms. Kushi and Ms. Dipasha, our content head, Ms. Vanshika, our creative head, Ms. Mehak and Ms. Nidhi, and whole organizing team for their willingness and involvement to take on the completion of the work beyond their comfort zone. Thank you so much, team.
We are also grateful to the entire sponsoring organization, our media partners, DU Vibes, Delhi University Official, DU Unify, DU Assassins, the DU Times Official, DU Times, and DU Official for promoting our events on their social media handles. Thank you so much for increasing our reach and making this event more engrossing, fulfilled with enthusiastic fellows. Thank you so much.
Finally, I thank the wonderful students who made this event happening with their impressive presence throughout the month.
The hard work of the days was evident in your acts. All the events were very good, and I'm sure each of us present here enjoyed a lot. Thank you so much for your patience. Your support kept us on moving. We really hope that all the participants have enjoyed the program and taken the best from it. Once again, thank you all for the enormous support. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, girls, for delivering the vote of thanks for this valedictory session. And I must tell all of you that these student heads are the minds behind this whole initiative. Without them, it was impossible to have this one whole month program. Thank you so much, girls. Now, I would like to request all the participants and all present here to please switch on their cameras for the ceremonial photograph of the event. And request the team to please take the photographs.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Krishi. And I could see there is Professor and Colonel Sunil Kapila with us. And sir, would you like to share some thoughts and views for the program? We would like to invite you for that.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. It was a pleasure having participated earlier, having been invited, and today was also a nice, delightful session by Dr. Arvind Chaturvedi. And I must compliment the faculty and the students. It's not easy to organize such a large audience virtually. Uh, I I also struggle many times, and I really don't like to carry out sessions virtually because I feel something missing. But I think it was very delightfully, very well organized, as best as could be, to having organized it. So I must thank and compliment the enthusiasm of the teachers and the faculty and the students having organizing it. And I would just like to say that uh, if there is any other special topic of interest going forward, do call on me. Experience is what I have with me, so I can share that with the budding cyber warriors, which we badly need in our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Surely we will do that. In fact, we were enthralled to see the feedback we got for your session. Everyone liked it so much. Thank you so much for gracing this CSLP program, and definitely we'll get in touch with you because now this is the stepping stone, and we are looking forward to have more such events in the queue of cybersecurity because it's a hot topic and the need of the hour, especially these post-pandemic times. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
I just wanted to share, please don't take it as advertisement, but I'm just preparing and researching deep blockchains, IoT security, and cryptocurrency. So I do work in dark web and things like that. So I think those are things which are also required for interjection of crimes. So if some of your students would be interested in getting into those fields, well, I'm just a call away. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. And I think every participant will gain insights from that thought, and definitely they would like to get in touch with you and in fact our college in future. Thank you so much, sir.
Bye-bye.
So I request all the participants now to please fill in the feedback form that will be posted in the chat box for today's session as well. It will be open for half an hour, so you may share your feedback and let us know that how did you like the session. अब हमारा कार्यक्रम समापन की ओर है। ऐसे समय में हमें जयशंकर प्रसाद की कुछ पंक्तियों का एक व्याख्यान करना चाहूंगी। समय भागता है प्रतीक्षण में, नव अतीत के तुषार कर्ण में, हमें लगा कर भविष्य रण में, आप कहाँ छुप जाता है, जीवन बीता जाता है। समय किसी के लिए नहीं रुकता। पिछले 1 माह का समय हमारे अंतर्मन में ज्ञान की लो जगाकर अब पंख लगाकर उड़ गया है। हम भी अपने सपनों को साकार करने तक एक नूतन राह के पथिक बनकर निकल पड़े हैं। इसलिए मैं अब सभी के प्रति आभार व्यक्त करते हुए सबसे आग्रह करती हूँ कि आओ हम सभी मिलकर सुर में सुर मिलाते हुए भारत को समृद्ध बनाते हैं और अपने नूतन ज्ञान से अपने देश को महान बनाते हैं। तो आइए अब हम सब मिलकर एकता का संदेश देते हुए देश के उत्कर्ष का गान करें। And I request Mehek to please play national anthem towards the end. And I request everyone to please stand up and sing the national anthem with us. Thank you so much.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you so much, everyone. And here we come towards the end of our session. And all the best to everyone for all the endeavors in future. And we hope that we will meet soon for more such programs. Thank you so much, everyone. And I request the team of CSLP to please stay back.